Good morning students. This is a video for the students of class 8th subject science. We were studying chapter number 17, that is stars and the solar system. This is your lecture number 3. Students, we will discuss all the NCERT questions. Now question number 1 is, which of the following is not a member of the solar system? First option, asteroid. It is a member of the solar system. Satellite is also a member of the solar system. Option C is a constellation. What is constellation? The recognizable pattern formed by the group of stars is called constellation. And constellation is not a member of the solar system. So option C is correct. Now second question. Which of the following is not a planet of the sun? So Mercury, Saturn and Earth are the planets of the sun, but Sirius is not a planet. Okay. So option A is correct. Question number 3. Phases of the moon occur because. So, phases of moon occur because we can see only that part of the moon which reflects light towards us. Means option A is correct. Now, question number 4 is fill in the blanks. A part is the planet which is farthest from the sun is. Means you have to name the planet which is farthest from the sun. So the planet which is farthest from the sun is Neptune. Okay. B part. The planet which appears reddish in color. So Mars appears reddish in color. Okay. C part. A group of stars that appear to form a pattern in the sky is known as a. So a group of stars that appear to form a pattern in the sky is known as a constellation. So write here constellation. D part. A celestial body that revolves around a planet is known as. So, answer is satellite. Means a celestial body that revolves around a planet is known as a satellite. E part. Shooting stars are actually not stars. Okay. Shooting stars are actually not stars. F part. Asteroids are found between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter. Asteroids are found between the orbit of Mars and Jupiter. Question number 5. Mark the following statements as true or false. A part. Pole star is a member of the solar system. No, pole star is not a member of the solar system. So this statement is false. B part. Mercury is the smallest planet of the solar system. Yes, this statement is true. Mercury is the first planet, means nearest to the sun. Okay, and it is the smallest planet in the solar system. C part. Uranus is the farthest planet in the solar system. This statement is false because the planet which is farthest from the sun is Neptune. Okay, that's why this statement is false. D part. InSat is an artificial satellite. Yes, this is a name of artificial satellite. So this statement is true. E part. There are 9 planets in the solar system. This statement is also false. Why? Because there are 8 planets in the solar system. F part, constellation Orion can be seen only with a telescope. This statement is also false. Orion is a constellation that can be seen during winters in the late night. Okay, and it is made up of 7 bright colors like hunter and found in both northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere, and it can be seen with the naked eyes. That's why this statement is false. Now question number 6, match items in column A with one or more items in column B. Now in column A, first part is inner planets, second part is outer planets. Now what are inner and outer planets? Means the planets which are closer to sun, and inner planets are also smaller in size, and inner planets are made up of rocks and dense, and they don't have rings. Means the planet which is closer to sun, smaller in size, made up of rocks and do not have rings, that planet is inner planet. Now what are outer planets? The planets which are farther away from the sun, large in size and made up of gases. Okay, and they have rings also. So these planets are called, means these types of planets are called outer planets. Now you have to match column A with column B. Inner planets like Earth and Mars. Okay, so these are, means E part Earth and G part Mars. These are inner planets. Now outer planets like Saturn, because they have rings, means the planets which have rings are outer planets. So Saturn have rings. So A part. Now third part, constellation. Constellation is Great Bear and Orion, means C and F. Fourth part, satellite of the Earth. Satellite of the Earth like Moon. Moon is a natural satellite of the Earth. Now question number 7 is, in which part of the sky can you find Venus if it is visible as an evening star? So answer is, if Venus is visible as evening star, then it should be seen in western part of the sky as sun sets in west direction. Okay, so where it is visible? In the western part of the sky. Okay. Now question number 8, name the largest planet of the solar system. So answer is Jupiter. Jupiter is the largest planet of the solar system. Now question number 9, what is a constellation? Name any 2 constellations. So a group of bright stars that form a certain shape or patterns is termed as constellation, or you can write the recognizable pattern formed by the group of stars is termed as constellation. For example, Orion, Ursa Major, Ursa Minor, Cassiopeia, these are some constellations. Now question number 10, draw sketches to show the relative positions of the prominent stars in. First is Ursa Major. So this is a sketch of Ursa Major. It consists 7 bright stars, and this is a sketch of Orion. Okay, it appears like a hunter. Now question number 11, name 2 objects other than planets which are members of the solar system. Okay, means you have to write the objects, but you can't write the planet name. So asteroids, comets and meteors are the objects other than the planets that are the members of the solar system. Now question number 12, explain how you can locate the pole star with the help of Ursa Major. This is a constellation, Okay, so a pole star is visible star found in north direction, and it is a stationary star, and it is located in the Ursa Major constellation. So now we will discuss the steps by which we can locate the pole star in the Ursa Major constellation. So steps are, first step is draw the Ursa Major. This is a Ursa Major. It consists 7 bright stars. Now select the 2 stars on the far side of the quadrilateral of the star. Means from this quadrilateral select 2 stars. Okay, so suppose we are selecting these 2 stars. Okay, and now extend a imaginary line passing through these stars. This is a imaginary line. Okay, and this line will met by a star. Okay, now this faint star that meets this imaginary line is termed as pole star. So this is a way by which you can locate the pole star with the help of Ursa Major. Question number 13. Do all stars in the sky move? Explain. Answer is no. The earth rotates from west to east on its axis. Hence, all stars in the sky except pole star appears to move from east to west. But the pole star does not appear to move in the sky because it is located above the axis of rotation of the earth in the north direction. Means pole star is a stationary star. Okay, and it is in north direction. It appears to remain stationary at a point in the sky. That's why all stars will not move. Okay, means like pole stars will not move in the sky, but all stars move in the sky from east to west, but except pole star. Pole stars will not move in the sky. Question number 14 is, why is the distance between stars expressed in light years? What do you understand by the statement that a star is 8 light years away from the earth? Means question is, why the distance between stars and earth expressed in light years? Okay, and now what is the meaning of, like if a star is 8 light years away from the earth, then what is the actual distance? Okay, so the distance between stars from the earth is expressed in the light years, because we know that the stars are very far away from the earth, means at very large distance. So such large distances are measured in light years. As the sun rays strikes to the star and reflects back from it to the earth, means when the sun rays strikes to the star, then that ray reflect back from it to the earth. Then the reflected light rays of the star reach to the earth. That makes the star bright and visible to us. So the light rays from the star to the earth denote the same as that of distance between the star and the earth. Hence, the distance between earth and stars is expressed in light rays, means in light years. Now, how can we define a light year? A light year is a distance traveled by the light in 1 year. Okay, means the distance traveled by the light in 1 year is termed as light year. Now, how much distance? Means in 1 light year is equal to how much distance? So we know that speed is equal to distance upon time. So now we will calculate that in 1 light year how much distance. Mean 1 light year is equal to how much distance. So this is the formula for calculating the speed. But we want to calculate the distance. Okay. So distance will become speed multiply time, like if we cross multiply these two, speed and time, then distance will become equal to speed into time. Now speed of light is constant, that is 3 into 10 raised to power 8 meter per second. Now time, see, the light year is a distance traveled by the light in 1 year. So time is 1 year. But now if the speed is given in meter per second, then we have to calculate time in second. We know that in 1 year there are 365 days. So if we multiply it by 24, why? Because in 1 day there are 24 hours. So 365 multiplied 24 hours. And if we convert into seconds, if we convert these hours into seconds, then we have to multiply it by 60. Okay. So 365 multiply 24, 60 multiply 60, because in 1 hour 60 minutes and in 1 minute 60 seconds. Okay. So if we multiply this, then we will get this, means 1 year is equal to 31536,000 seconds. So now speed is given to us, time is given to us. So distance will become speed into time. Speed is 3 into 10 raised to power 8 and multiply 31536,000. When we multiply it, we will get 9.46 into 10 raised to power 15 meter. That's why in 1 light year, 9.46 into 10 raised to power 15 year, means 1 light year is equal to how much distance? 9.46 into 10 raised to power 15 meter. Okay. Now in question it is given to us that a star is 8 light years away from the earth. So it means the distance is 8 multiply light year, 8 multiply 1 light year. Okay, 1 light year, and we know that 1 light year is equal to 9.46 into 10 raised to power 15. So 8 multiply 9.46 into 10 raised to power 15 meters. So on solving this, we will get 75.68 into 10 raised to power 15 meter. It means star is located 75.68 into 10 raised to power 15 meter away from the earth. Now question number 15. The radius of Jupiter is 11 times the radius of the earth. Calculate the ratio of the volume of Jupiter and the earth. And how many earth can Jupiter accommodate? How many earth can Jupiter accommodate? Jupiter is the largest planet, okay, and it can accommodate nearly 1331 earths. Okay, now we will calculate the ratio of volume of Jupiter and earth. We know that the shape of planets are nearly spherical in shape. That's why we apply the formula of volume of sphere. Okay, so before calculating the volume, let us consider radius of earth is RE and radius of Jupiter is capital RJ for Jupiter. Now here it is given in the question that the radius of Jupiter is 11 times the radius of earth. So we can write radius of Jupiter is equal to 11 multiply radius of earth. And we know that the shape of planets are nearly spherical in shape. That's why volume of sphere, the formula for calculating the volume of sphere is 4 by 3 pi r cube. Here r is radius. So according to this formula, volume of earth will be 4 by 3 pi. Now write RE means radius of earth, RE cube, and volume of Jupiter is 4 by 3 pi RJ cube. But from the equation 1 means RJ is equal to 11 multiply radius of earth. So put this equation 1 into this equation. So 4 by 3 pi 11 RE cube. Now if we solve this, then 4 by 3 pi 11 cube means multiply 11 3 times into RE cube. So when you multiply 11 3 times, you will get 1331. It means what? 4 by 3 pi RE cube multiply this. Now calculate the ratio. Ratio means volume of Jupiter upon volume of earth. Okay. So put volume of Jupiter and volume of earth, and on solving they will cancel out and we will left with 1331 upon 1. It means the ratio is 1331 ratio 1. It means volume of Jupiter is equal to 1331 into volume of Earth. That's why we can say that Jupiter can accommodate at least or nearly 1331 Earth. Means Jupiter is the largest planet. Okay. Question number 16. Pujo made the following sketch of the solar system. Is this sketch correct? If not, then correct it. Now, in the given sketch, Pujo is not correct. Why? As she interchanged the position of Mars and Venus. Okay, means the position of Mars and Venus is not correct, and the position of Uranus and Neptune is also not correct. Means Neptune will come here, it should come here, and Uranus should come here. Means this sketch is not correct as Pujo interchanged the position of Mars and Venus and the position of Uranus and Neptune. Now the other thing is the position of asteroid belt. This is asteroid belt. The position of asteroid belt is also not correct because here the asteroid belt is in the gap between the orbits of Jupiter and Saturn. But asteroid belt should be in the gap between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter. Okay, means the position of asteroid belt is not correct. Okay, so this sketch is not correct. Draw this sketch in your notebook. This is the correct sketch. Okay, so students, your today's homework is learn and write all the NCERT questions in fair notebook. So this ends for today's lecture. Thank you.